Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. It is another beautiful day here in Washington State. Yeah, I'm headed out to the Tahuya area to do some tent camping tonight. And yeah, I'm just leaving the Kingston area. Had a really good weekend. Got to get out and go fishing with Jake on Saturday night. Hit a couple lakes out in Tahuya, and it was a good time. You know, good weather, mid-80s out there, and just gorgeous. Pretty slow on the fishing front, but I think that a lot of that was due to the amount of wakeboard boats and pleasure boaters out and about stirring the water up. So still a good time. Thanks for taking me out again, Jake. And yeah, it was fun. So last night I just kind of got a wild hair, and I was like, man, I should go do some camping. It's supposed to be some pretty mild weather. It's a Monday. There shouldn't be anybody out there, and there's a little pond out there that I have yet to fish. So yeah, I'm excited. Alright guys, I am going to get to driving, and I'll see you when we get a little bit closer out there. Alright, it is roughly 1 hour later, and we just made the turn off into dirt. It looks like they actually fixed the road in the past few months, at least since I've been out here last. Thank God, because it was getting really bad. I figured it seems like they usually do it as the season starts to kick off for camping and off-roading and stuff like that. But yeah, if we look out the right window here, that's a body of water I'm going to explore today. So my plan is to go get a campsite, set up my tent and everything like that, unload my firewood, and just kind of chill for a little bit, and then make my way out here and launch the yak. So yeah, I'll see you guys when we get to the site. Well, the last time I was out here, standing right here, was a couple years ago, probably closer to 3 years ago, maybe even 4 now. And I saw some bass up in the shallows here back then. I'm trying to get to a good point where I can give you guys some looks. Oh my goodness. I saw this last time, so hopefully you can see this. So what you're seeing there, those are all tadpoles. Look how many there are. So I saw this last time I was out here. Wild. I don't know quite what they're doing, but they're all together. And they're all moving around the lake together. Strange. Real strange. I don't know what the hell that's all about. But yeah, sort of looking around the lake, there's a beaver den. I don't know what you call it, a den? A hut? So as you might be able to tell right there's a beaver hut. I think that's what you call it. So, kind of a cool lake. Looks pretty shallow throughout. I don't think it really gets that deep altogether. Yeah, but we'll go get a site, and we'll come back here and launch in a bit. So this is the launch. Let's see if I can give you a look at it real quick. I don't know if I even want to bring the Civic in here. So that's a launch. It's kind of sketchy. I'm definitely not going to pull all the way down there. If anything, I'd just park. Probably pull it next to this thing. But maybe you can see they recently regraded the road, and it looks like they just ran a blade through it. So now you've got this big lip, this big transition between. You've got that big transition. Maybe it's coming through on camera, but you know, the Civic's not lowered or anything like that, and I think it could make it if I sort of took it at an angle. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, let's keep heading down the road and get ourselves a campsite. It's kind of looking like we got the place to ourselves. I could really pick any campsite I want. Definitely don't want to be next to the bathrooms or right next to it. God, people are leaving trash out here. It is not that hard to take your own out. It's not that hard. That's a decent one right here. But if I want separation from my neighbors, nice level playing field for the 10, it's going to be campsite number 8. It's just the best one out here. Yeah, so we're right by the Tahuya River, and there's fish in there. There should be this time of year. Didn't open up till the 25th, unfortunately, and it's the 13th as I'm filming this. Which way do I want to park? All right, I'm gonna park, then I'll get back to you guys. Oh, this campsite actually looks pretty good. This one looks clean. Look at that. I'm impressed. All right, well, if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you've seen this campsite a few times. Campsite number 8 out in Camp Spillman, Tahuya. Yeah, so here's the campsite. Road goes this way. There's more campsites down there. A couple more campsites down there. Bathrooms there. River flows back here. And then there's a little creek right here that feeds it. Fire pit, which has got a couple beer cans in it. I'll take those with me. Yeah, everything looks good. Looks like somebody came through here and raked and cleaned it up and everything, because it looked pretty rough last time I was here. Granted, it was just at the beginning of the camping season, but yeah, let's get some stuff unloaded, get the tent set up, and then maybe we'll think about getting back over to that pond. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the wood unloaded first. Then we're gonna set down the ground tarp, and then we'll pitch the tent. Now, I always pitch the tent too close to the fire pit with this particular tent, because it's got a vestibule out front, and it goes out pretty far, like 3 feet out front of the tent. So I always end up having to move the tent back to account for the vestibule. But first thing I'm going to do is move that table. I'm going to move it over this way so that I've got plenty of access for the tent to get pitched. Yeah, cue the time lapse. Whole idea about putting it back there is just so nobody comes by and, I don't know, makes it a harder spot for someone to take. Hate to think that of people, but I need the fire tonight to make my dinner. So, speaking of which, nothing exciting, as per usual. I know a lot of people go camping and they're pretty elaborate about their cooking, but when it's just me out here doing my thing, and my focus is kind of fishing and, I don't know, playing with my knives and stuff like that, I don't really worry too much about the food. I keep it simple, and plus I can't exactly haul a full kitchen in that thing. So tonight is a can of soup and some garlic French bread. Which I got some foil, so we'll wrap it up and throw it over the fire, warm it up, melt the butter, yada yada. For lunch, I did bring lunch. For lunch I got some various snacks, and then I've got a tuna sandwich that I'm going to throw together. So gets it done. All right, time to get this ground tarp down and then do our tent. So, the ground tarp isn't exactly big enough. It barely gets it done. Yeah, I need to invest in a good one if I'm going to be doing more tent camping. Alright, on to the tent. Alright, as you can see behind me, the tent is set up. Took entirely too long, but there's a reason for that. I got some things grooved. I got some things set up the way I need them set up. So these guy lines, the ones that are on each corner, not these middle ones, but the ones that are on each corner of the tent, they had these weird little fasteners on them, and I didn't like that. so I just kind of rigged it up my own way. But it's good to go. Rain flies good and tight. Yeah. All right, time to get the bedding and everything set up, blow up the inflatable mattress. I'll save you all the trouble of watching that. I'll get back to you when everything's kind of set up. All right, we are down by the river. There was what I believe to be a volunteer cleanup crew. They're going through the campground right now, cleaning out all the fire pits and cleaning up all that trash I was talking about. So it's cool that they have people that come out and do that. Anyways, I found a way across without getting my feet wet. Already saw fish. Like I said, this doesn't open up until the 25th, which is like 12 more days. But figured I could walk it. Kind of scout it out. But yeah, it's amazing. The last time I was out here camping, I'm pretty sure I got some footage of it. Where I'm standing was under like 2 feet of water. And now the river is way down. So yeah. Still some spots to soak a trout magnet, definitely. And it almost looks like I'm running out of bank here, so. All right. There's a bank back there. Actually, there's one right here. I think I'm just gonna sit down, lay back. There's like a little saddle right there. And chill out for a while. All right, we're headed back to camp. Laid down and just got comfortable for a while, and yeah, now we got a little parkour course to get back, so you gotta get on some logs there to get on the log to go across, and yeah, it's kind of fun. All right, I'll see you when we get back to camp. All right, so we're here at the pond at the launch, back at this sketchy little ledge, and I'm just not risking it. I don't want to tear anything up on the bottom of the Civic, so I tucked in. I think this is pretty good. I'm tucked in way off the road. And there's a crap ton of room to get around me, so even RVs and whatnot, I shouldn't have an issue. I'm just not risking it, no way. So it's a bit of a carry for the kayak, but we'll get her in there, and yeah, I'll see you guys when we're about to launch. All right, we're all ready. We're gonna hit the water. It's time to launch. Can't believe how many tadpoles are getting around. Let me show you this one more time. All that black you see is tadpoles. There's got to be just thousands and thousands of them. And they're just doing a circle right here. It's weird. Like I said, this is not my first time seeing that at this little pond. So I did a little reading before we launch. I did a little reading on this place, and I think the forest surrounding it is a bit of a preserve. It's all oak, and I think that's rare for up here. I think the more we get out in the water, I'll show you some more of these trees, but it's pretty wild looking. Yeah, let's get to it. There we go. Not really sure how I want to break this thing down. But I'm not going to be filming on the GoPro unless I catch a fish or hook up. It's not charging very well these days, so time for a new one. I know I keep saying that, but it's really time for a new one. So, first thing I'm noticing, the water is gin clear. I don't remember that about this place. And so far it looks to be about 4 feet deep in this general area. A lot of submerged vegetation going on. This stuff, I don't even know. I've never seen this stuff before. Who knows? Yeah, let's start fishing. I'm gonna start by throwing the basics. Start out with the wacky rig that kind of tends to tease out, you know, a lot of fish, so I just gotta find a place to throw it without getting too hung up. I'm sure there's some pockets in here. There's some cover, there's some laydowns. Yeah, let's do it. We're hooked up on a decent bass. I thought he was much bigger because he's got a lot of vegetation with him. Come here, brother. Come here. Hell yeah. He bit it once. Stole my Senko. Threw it in there again. I got his ass. I got his ass. Yeah, boy. I had a feeling. There were still bass in here. There has to be. Thanks, dude. Nice little backflip on the way out the door. Yeah, I thought when I set the hook on that thing, I thought it was a lot bigger. Wow. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of bluegill, so this is exciting. Get out of there, bro! Get out of there, dude! This dude's probably only a pound, but he is whipping my butt. Come here. Been a while since I grabbed a bass like this. Easy, brother. Holy hell, he's mad. He's very mad. I'm gonna put him back. Jeez. All right, man. All right. Well, that was cool. This is interesting with all this junk, but there's casts to be made, so that's cool. Dude, I kind of had a feeling that these fish hadn't been effed with in a while, and I'm kind of thinking that's true. Not big guys, but man, they've got soul. And I'm catching them in really cool shit. I'll switch to the big cam this time and give you a good look. What a beautiful bass. Feisty too. And he came from in there. And I'm seeing beds. I haven't seen bass on beds. I've seen bluegill on beds. But I'm floating over a bed right now, so I'm actually gonna get out of here, reposition, and keep fishing. No way. No way. Oh, no way. I sight fished that fish. Whoa. They're all about the same size in here. But man, they fight. Man, they fight. Oh, there it goes. Okay, he shook it. That might be for the best. That might be for the best. I'd like to think that was the male. Which begs the question. Where's the female? Where's the big girl? That was fun. That was rad. I haven't done that in years. All right, we are all done at the lake. Like I said, the GoPro's not really holding very much battery life these days, so I tried to get the fish catches on film. I think I was successful. So yeah, pulled some decent little guys out of there and saw plenty of bluegill. I made a second lap back around to see if I could catch any bluegill, and I was unsuccessful. So we're headed back to the campground now. Haven't really seen many people. I think it's gonna be a quiet night, hopefully. All right, back at camp now. Doesn't look like anybody messed with our stuff. I'm gonna get settled into camp here, get everything sort of put out on the table that I want out this evening, and yeah, once I get that done, then maybe we'll go down to the river, spend some time down there again. I really enjoyed that earlier, so. Starting to get hungry, honestly. I might want to cook dinner a little earlier than I originally planned. Either that or eat a snack or something like that. I never ate lunch. I still have that tuna sandwich in the cooler, so I might do that, or I might just wrap it up into one meal. I don't know. But for now, I'm gonna refill my water bottle, and then we're gonna walk down to the river again. I got you guys on the big camera, but it's on my tripod, and I'm holding it out like it's a vlog camera or something. It's actually working pretty well. Still no one here yet. Got the chesty on. It's been a while. Figured I got it, and I got the GoPro to take a charge. So yeah, we're gonna go down the river. Might even get our feet wet. This place looks awesome in the spring with all the foliage and everything like that. It's like a little path to Narnia. Saw some fish earlier. I think I might have mentioned that. Little fingerling trout and these little, there's a deep spot under the log jam here. I'll show you. But I think, if you can see those, there's 6 pilings, 3 back there and 3 pretty much in the middle of the creek, the river, whatever. I think there used to be a bridge that came across here. There's another piling right here. So, I think I kind of want to go up. I went down earlier. So let's go up. So earlier, I went there, across, and down to the pilings. There's a really deep spot that goes under here that would be good to fish if I could fish it. At the moment, I can't, obviously. I told you earlier it's not open. We got like another week and a half. So yeah, I'm gonna go up. There's a lot of log jams up there, holy crap. So I know there's a good one here. Oh, my knees and ankles from years of skateboarding are not the greatest these days. Of course, as soon as I turn the GoPro off, something interesting happens. I damn near stepped in the middle of a very large, it's just a gardener snake, I think. But it was a big one. It was one of the biggest ones I've seen, at least on the West Coast. I've seen some pretty big ones back east, but yeah, got my heart racing a little bit. I think I mentioned in past videos that I spent quite a bit of time on the East Coast, Virginia in particular, and then down in the Mojave Desert, so I'm no stranger to venomous snakes and creepy crawlies. Well, after this it might be feet wet. Might have to roll up the old pants and I'll go barefoot, because I don't see a whole hell of a lot of bank left to walk. I know the bank picks up a little bit around the corner, but yeah, we might be walking. What's cool here is, let me get across. What's cool here is you've got kind of a sandbar, gravel bar really, that runs up the middle of the creek in this portion. There's a really, really nice deep hole to the right there. So, yeah, change of plans. I was gonna go over there and set up this whole cool shot of me walking across there. I got about 5 feet out in almost 8 big crap, and it's very slippery, and I can't get these shoes wet or else I'd throw those on and just trudge across. I didn't bring a spare pair of shoes. I got spare socks and everything else, I just didn't bring spare shoes, so I'm gonna take the L on this and we're gonna head downstream again. I gotta have dry shoes around camp. I can't go barefoot, glass and whatnot. All right, let me get back downstream. I'll catch up with you here in a bit. I'm trying to save battery here and there with this camera too. So yeah, I'll pick up with you guys here in a little bit. We're on the other side. There's the pilings I was just showing you earlier. I'm gonna try to get across here. I think it's oh, that's cold water. Yeah, this is doable. Oh, that low key feels good as long as I can keep off the pointy rocks. All right. Everything just kind of opened up. I think this is about as far as I've been going downstream, so this is all kind of new territory to me. Some good depth in there. Overhanging structure, yeah. I figured there's a fish or two in there. So I'm walking up on a really good, juicy looking spot. Tons of depth, nice and still. Big area. That's deep under that log, I can see that much. Well, I'm not fishing. If I were fishing, I'd be standing right here casting, just to try not to spook the potential fish, but we can kind of take a little look. Oh, that's got to be like probably 4 feet out there, which is pretty good depth for this little system. Oh man, if only it were the 25th, I'd have a rod in my hand and we'd probably be tight on a cutthroat. Okay, so we got something interesting here. Oh, damn. It's pretty big hoof marks, deer. Oh, damn, I am getting hungry. When we get back to camp, we're gonna start cooking, because I'm real hungry. Just realizing it now. Probably doesn't look like much on the GoPro. You know, it is a pretty small little stream, but it holds some okay trout. You know, they come in and do their thing. All right, I've come to a pretty good stopping point here. Got a little crossing, and then I'd have to cross again immediately. So I'm not gonna go any farther without a fishing rod in my hand and a purpose. So time to head back to camp. So I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys when we get back to camp. All right, we are back to camp. Like I said, I'm hungry. Let's. I gotta clean the fire pit out first because it's full of junk, unfortunately. But I guess we can go through the rations for tonight. So I guess we'll start with dry goods. For stuff that's not refrigerated. Got like a couple partial bags of chips. This is just kind of whatever was left in the pantry. some foil for the garlic bread so we can warm it up, melt the butter and whatnot. Some Pop-Tarts for later on, something sweet. A roll for the tuna sandwich that I'm supposed to make. A can of Dinty Moore that I got probably a couple months ago. It's just kind of been sitting in the Civic, so. Never had Dinty Moore, but it looks okay. So, a couple of oranges for some vitamin C, and a bowl for the soup. So, into the cooler. Hunk of garlic bread, tuna salad. I just realized this is Greek yogurt. I don't like Greek yogurt, but I might try to eat it. And I don't drink alcohol very often, hardly ever anymore actually, but it's a special occasion. So I am going to have my favorite beer, which is Big Ballard Imperial IPA. It is just the right amount of bitter. I find the older I get, the more I like bitter things. So yeah, we're going to set all that aside, keep the beer cold, and clean out this fire pit, and then get a fire going. I got the fire going, it's roaring. I'm just trying to burn kind of the gunk out of the fire pit. It was pretty nasty, like I said, so I'm just going to let that burn down to coals and keep adding a little bit of wood to it. My plan is to let that burn out for probably another 15 minutes, get my soup all ready, get dinner running, and let the fire kind of do its own thing. Eat dinner and start it up later when it gets dark. Because it's not obvious. I'm in a t-shirt. It's not cold out here. It's probably still in the 60s easily. Got a nice overcast going. You might be able to tell. But yeah, good stuff. So I just opened this up. I've never had this Dinty Moore stuff. This beef stew. Low key. I'll show it to you. I don't want to open it all the way because I kind of want it to heat inside there. But low key looks like dog food. Smells great though. All right, we got the GoPro charged up again for like the 4th time today. So. This stuff is doing its thing. Still looking a little thick to me, but it should be fine. French bread, garlic bread, almost melted, checked on it a couple minutes ago. Tuna sandwich is made and back in the fridge. I like to keep that cold. Beer is open and being enjoyed. Have some neighbors down that way, I believe. I've heard them pull in, and there's no reason for them to come down here anyway. Bathrooms are over there on their side, so it should be a quiet night, hopefully. Tent's looking good. Like I said, I'm just gonna let that fire burn down to complete coals. Keep it going just enough so I can start it here in a few hours again when it gets dark. Keep away the bugs and whatnot while I'm just hanging out. So I guess I could show you the bed setup for tonight. I'm trying something a little different. So I don't have the ground sheet doesn't come all the way out to the outside perimeter of the tent. So I grabbed the passenger side mat. That's just as good as a doormat in my opinion. So tonight, since it's gonna be somewhat warm, I'm going to use the 0 degree sleeping bag that I have as more of a comforter. As you can see, I've got this down to kind of prevent moisture and stuff like that. It's insulated, so I'm not really too worried about moisture on the bottom and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. So that'll be nice and comfy to sleep on, and then I've got this to go over me. Pillows down there. Little lantern that Mike Hawk Hobbies gave me. I'm still rocking that. The thing is awesome. It's also a bug zapper, which might come in handy. Might come in handy later. I'm trying to keep this thing as closed up as possible. But anyways, that's the bed setup. Love this tent. It's rated. I think it's rated as a 3-person tent. Is that right? Which is ridiculous because you could if you had to, but that's awesome for 1 person. You put all your gear along the side. Still have room for other stuff. So yeah, I guess I'll get back to you guys when we sit down for dinner proper. So see you then. Anybody who's filmed anything ever knows the pain when you look up You see that you've not hit the record button. So I just talked to a camera that wasn't recording for the past like 3 or 4 minutes, so I made a tuna sandwich. Here it is. There's nothing in it but tuna and mayonnaise. I'm kind of simple when it comes to tuna salad. I don't like the texture of celery. Really don't like the taste of celery at all. Oh. All right, it's finally time for dinner. Everything is ready to roll. I think the bread is like done perfectly. I'm really excited about the bread. Got the tuna sandwich on deck and the dinty more stew, which actually tastes good. I did taste it. So let's get that. Ooh, that is hot still. Oh. It's actually pretty good looking stuff. I doubted it, but it's gonna be all right. All right. See if I can get some B-roll of this for you. All right, don't mind the voices in the background. My neighbors are back there at the river. Anyways, here's the dinty more. Here's the stew. Looks okay. It did thin up a little bit. And then we got the garlic bread, which is like, oh, yes, I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that. I love bread. I'm a big bread and pasta guy. I could probably survive off that stuff, but really excited about this. This looks really good. I feel like I earned it. Setting up camp. Oh, setting up camp. Doing the, fishing a new pond. Exploring the river. I was mobile most of the day, so yeah. Fire's burning down the coals over there, and I think I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this meal. I had to interrupt dinner. I doubted the dinty more. It's probably because I'm camping and I haven't eaten all day, but this stuff is bomb. It is hitting the spot. Haven't even dug into the bread yet. Gonna use the bread to sop up all the gravy. It's kind of like a gravy consistency almost, which I don't know. It's good. I'm really enjoying it, and the beer balances it out. So, what a meal! Easy meal, cheap meal. I think it might get a little buggy tonight. I'm about halfway through dinner. Excuse me. Really enjoying it. Wish I had brought some salt. But so good. And the garlic bread. I still got this piece, the bottom piece, wrapped up in foil, trying to keep it warm as long as I can. I'm just using it to scoop up the soup. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Come on, mosquitoes. I got some pretty good bug spray that I might have to throw on here soon, because I think it's going to be a bit of a buggy night, especially being this close to water. So, alright, I know you don't want to watch me eat, so dinner's done and cleaned up. Figured we could take a little walk off dinner a little bit. I got just enough, picked up some sticks from around the campground, and got just enough to keep some coals going for the next couple hours till we start the fire up for the end of the night. So yeah, figured we could just walk up the road and see what these look like, and maybe pick up a couple hunks of firewood if we find them. So yeah, got parking there. Probably put a tent there, tent back here, maybe one right here if you don't mind sleeping a little slanted. But hey, how about that? Kind of had a feeling there'd be some of this shit laying around, so that's cool. That's awesome. Free firewood. We'll take that down to the road and then go across the road and check out the other one. So this is number 9 right here. Big parking. Hell, you could probably put a tent down there, but it looks a little wet. Nothing really here. Room for a few tents, but it's not very level. Let's get back to camp and chill out for a bit. I got a full stomach, so I think I'm gonna lay down and see how the bed feels, and just kind of kick it until it starts to get real dark, and we'll start the fire up again, and yeah, see you guys then. Alright, I just got all settled in here. Got the fire going just enough. Lucky we scored that extra firewood. It is time check for you. 7:29, 7:30. It is 7:30. Sunset is around 8:45, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill out here for a bit, and I've got a podcast I'm listening to. I'm just gonna lay back here and listen to this, and let the fire do its thing, and let it get dark. So okay, it is it's later on. It's probably getting close to, let me check, it is 9:22, and I am so tired. I feel like I did a lot today. Yeah, I'm sore. It's cozy in here. It's like, check the temperature real quick. It's like 55 degrees in here, so that's nice. Oh, the fire's pretty much burned down. I'm gonna go out there and wrap things up for the night, and well, if anything interesting happens tonight, then I'll turn the camera on, but hopefully it's a nice quiet evening and get some good sleep. So alright, well, if I don't see you tonight, I'll see you in the morning. Morning. It is just after 9, and yeah, I've kind of been sort of awake off and on since about 6:30. Started to get kind of, properly bright out then, so yeah, just couldn't really bring myself to get out of bed. I thought about getting out, and I've got some firewood left. Thought about getting a little fire going, but I decided against it. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna get home, and it's gonna be a gorgeous day today. So I'm gonna clean all my camping gear and organize it and get it put away properly. So yeah, I'll kind of do a rough breakdown of camp and stuff, everything in the Civic, and then clean it all out when I get home, because it's gonna need it. There's condensation all on the inside of the Rainfly. So yeah, tent did good. The inflatable air mattress that I have and have been using, I do believe has a slow leak. Very slow. I got here and set up camp at, what time was that, guys? Like 10 something? I feel like it was maybe around 11 o'clock. Yeah, around 11 o'clock. So I inflated it around probably 11, and I had to re-inflate it at like midnight, and it was good till this morning. So yeah, slow leak in that. I couldn't hear it. It's probably a very small leak. But anyways, other than that, everything did good. I don't think my neighbors ended up staying the night. I think they were just here to ride quads, maybe, because they were riding up and down for a while, and then started playing music super loud, like on the nose at 10 o'clock. Really, really loud music. It didn't last long, and then I didn't hear anything else all night. So what a good trip. What a good little overnighter. I got to explore a lake and see some fish and catch some fish and chill by the river, camp, have a fire. It's just, it was good. It's been good, and it was a successful camping trip. I feel like everything kind of worked out on this one. So alright, I think I'm going to call the video here. I'm going to break down camp and head on home, and yeah, and then get to editing this video later on this evening, which I'm looking forward to. So thanks for the continued support in the channel, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.